From openly boasting about using before fighting Daniel Cormier to a recent string of erratic behavior on Twitter, Jon Jones has his fans worried sick after he posted a bunch of cryptic tweets. And from the looks of it, it wasn't written with a sober mind at all. Like, it's quite normal to go on a tweeting spree and tweet 5 times within a few minutes, but tweeting stuff like, "Don't kill me," and "Don't kill you either." Now, that sounds like a person who is either under the influence or they're held hostage by someone they love. And being held hostage and tweeting sounds very unlikely, especially if you beat people up for a living. So I'm still scratching my head on that one. But without any further explanation, he went on and puzzled everyone even more by writing "being nice conversation," followed by "erase this year," and finally, Twitter says, like, what the heck was going on in his mind? Well, I'll never know for sure, because his management probably got a hold of his account to delete all those tweets. So, was he trying to tell us something, or is this just him being absolutely wasted? Cause the second option is quite possible, especially with a history like his, where he didn't just abuse alcohol, but has also tested positive for many substances. And oh boy, it's no secret that Jones has had a bit of a rocky past when it comes to substance use, including blow. And as UFC fans know, he just bagged that heavyweight title against Cyril Gane, so maybe his partying got a little too hard by the end of March. In fact, he's not one to shy away from having a good night. Like, back in 2015, just days after defeating his bitter rival Daniel Cormier at UFC 281, his substance tests came out, and they definitely weren't on his side. Jones had failed a pre-fight substance test for benzalkonium, which is the primary metabolite of snow, and blow in your system revealed to the entire world of UFC sounds like a hit and run for an athletic career. So at that moment in time, he could have been stripped of his title or even banned, but Nevada State Athletic Commission didn't suspend Jones, as the white stuff isn't banned out of competition, and he could still wrestle around in the ring. So it was all good. Well, not really. He wasn't off the hook that easily, cause Jones tried to do everyone right by going to rehab after this little slip up. I mean, that's the least you could do if you've got a fan base looking up to you. If Jones had said that it's alright and blow is good, well, he wouldn't be anywhere near the ring right now. So, to save himself and his career, he did apologize, and quite convincingly as well. Like, he directed his apology to his family, his coaches, sponsors, UFC, and the fans. After which he said he's gonna go to rehab, get his life back together, and just do better. And he wasn't just there for some giggles. Rather, it was the real deal. He said that he was gonna take this treatment very, very seriously. In fact, he became so transparent at the moment that he confessed that he used to get blackout drunk a week before every fight. And that's not the only shocking thing you'll hear, cause even though Jones insisted he wasn't a frequent user of blow, he still boasted about how he thrived off of it in his rematch with Cormier. Like, boy, are you intentionally trying to put your career on the line or what? But after all those shocking admissions, he said he was done, over and out with the substance game. But with the things he tweeted, it doesn't look like substances have left the equation yet. I mean, just look at how the fans reacted. They know he's probably back at it. Like, there wasn't even a single ounce of hesitation in those replies. And he's probably using the booger sugar right now as well. In fact, some fans were more concerned if he wasn't coked out of his mind. That kinda makes other fans betrayed, you know? I mean, he convinced them all with that rehab stunt, but his tweets say otherwise. Now, most sportsmen see snow as one of those underrated PEDs. Like, people take it frequently to give them the energy and endurance needed to complete their job as quickly as possible. So, along with the state of feeling woozy, I think that's why Johnny Bones was quite familiar with it. And since it's not banned out of competition, he's not gonna get caught, right? Well, we all know what happened in 20 2015, but I guess now that he's not in competition, he's free to use it. And oh boy, he probably used it again. Just not inside the ring. He's using it for the fun of it now. But snow being fun doesn't last pretty long, now does it? In fact, since Jones is an athlete, his health is more at stake. That's because all the negative effects are enhanced when you're in strenuous physical activity, and that alone could lead to heart arrhythmias or cardiac arrest. And no one wants that when you have the MMA's messiah in your sport while using. So it's perfectly understandable why all the fans are worried sick about the guy. Like, imagine a UFC world without Jones. UFC would become an absolute joke if they lose this guy, cause the use of substances is detrimental to health already, and it's definitely not something that you want to see your favorite athletes using. Now, let's face it, the UFC has had its fair share of controversies and scandals over the years, and the last thing they need is another one. And Jon Jones shoving his UFC career in the grave once again might just be the last straw for UFC. Like, how many warnings and suspensions can you give a person? Well, if we're talking about Johnny Boy, he's already got 3, and 3 strikes and you're out, right? Well, only time can tell, cause if this actually does become the last straw and UFC was to lose another heavyweight champion due to substance use, it would be a real blow to the sport's credibility. Like, the heavyweight division is already struggling, and losing a top fighter would make things even worse. Jones is literally holding that division up on his back, and if there's no Jones, there's practically no fun in the heavyweight championship. So quite frankly, he needs to prove that he's not using, and that means no erratic behavior on Twitter. Like, just thank the Lord that no one called the cops after his first tweet. But the wicked stories he's been in, some fans thought they should have hit up the law right away. Cause the thing is, fans are more concerned about his family. Like, there have been too many instances where he's been charged with domestic violence. And when you're under the influence, oh dear, it's a nightmare for people around the drunkard. And if the person in question is Jones, well, most fans would send prayers to his girlfriend and kids. Cause this guy has no remorse when it comes to beating people up with a sober mind. And unfortunately, he hits new lows when he physically hurts his loved ones. Not just that, but substances like blow make the user light, so they don't think much before doing something. And as of right now, there's no information about what has happened after Jones' tweeting spree. But I, for one, am more concerned about his career and his family than other things. And that's all from me on how Jon Jones worried us all for absolutely losing his mind on Twitter.